I'm texting. It's important, or I would stop.
Thanks, Dr. Horn.
Hi.
I think it's been long enough that can be a thing now.
Sure. Why not? How's it going, people of the internet? We only could manage to force one other person to play tonight. So,
No, we planned this. It's not because we're wildly unpopular.
well, I wasn't gonna go that far. Let me just do that.
So what are we doing tonight, Carter?
So we are doing a Winston draft, and this is.
Carter, what's
we
good?
can do the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
All right. While you're doing that, I'll explain it. Winston drafting is actually one of my favorite ways to play Magic. It's a ton of fun. So we get packs just like a normal draft, and when we crack them, we take out the rules card in the basic land, and then we just put them face down over here on the side of the table. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do this with the first pack right now so that we can get this done.
By the way, these packs were purchased using entirely funds derived from your subs and bits.
Actually, we don't want to take out the basic land for GRN because the basic land slot is gates.
Gates. So yeah, we just take out the...
Yeah. And actually, we need to do it with all of the packs at once because we need to shuffle them together.
Okay. I actually haven't done a Winston that wasn't a cube before. So...
It's pretty much the same.
Hey, Velocidatus. And also, it's been a very long time since I've even done that, so...
But the basic idea is we need to get our 45 card stack.
Okay.
45 per player. So
right.
in this case, it's going to be 90 cards.
I did look that up to make sure I was getting the right number of cards.
Yes.
Before we started.
It's the same number of packs as a regular booster draft.
It was also the first time I'd used... I basically... Our money from Twitch that comes from the viewers' subs and bits goes into our PayPal. And I ordered a PayPal card, which apparently is a thing.
Huh.
And I was able to purchase these packs using that PayPal card.
Neat.
So...
So the way that this works is once we have this good and shuffled.
Yeah, so this is a two-player variant of booster drafting.
Yeah. Once we have this good and shuffled, we're going to create 3 piles. And the piles each begin at 1 card. So our stack goes over here. And then our 3 piles, I'm going to shuffle it a little bit more, but just for visual aid. And then we have our 3 piles. A little hard to see on the overhead, but this is the full stack, and each of these is only 1 tall.
Right.
And then the way it works is that whichever one of us goes first, we'll take a look at this first card. Now let's... I shouldn't actually look at the cards because I shouldn't know if they're in the pile or not. But let's say I look at this card and I decide I don't want it. It's a garbage card and it's bad. I put it down and then I take the card off the top of the deck and put that on top. Then I proceed to go along. I look at the next card. If I don't like that one, I put it back, put a card on top of it, and proceed to the next one. If I don't like that one either, then I put a card on top of it, and then this top card, this random card from the deck, becomes mine. And then you will look at this pile of both of those cards.
I also go from this end to this end.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. We always go towards the deck.
Cool.
We always go towards the deck. And you look at these cards, and if you pick this, you take both of them. Right. And so let's say you do that, and then you'd get both of those cards, and then you would take the top card from the deck here, and put it down there. Right.
So you always,
and then it passes back to you.
You always take a card and put it on what you looked at or / took.
Yes. Yeah. As soon as you look at a pile, the top card of the deck is going to end up on that pile.
Yeah. Cool.
Um,
Sounds good.
which means that there's always going to be at least one card you didn't look at.
Right.
Actually, so there should always be multiple cards that you didn't look at. But your opponent doesn't necessarily get to see them. Because if you take that first pile, you don't get to look at the other two.
Right, but there's always at least one card that you didn't look at.
Right.
Because you place the card after you pick, no matter what.
Correct.
So if you pass that stack, no, it doesn't go to 3 cards. You just add one more card.
Right.
So that stack could.
Right. So it would
Just-
go from 2 to 3 cards.
Yeah.
I think is what he's asking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you don't take the stack, it hits one more card. So.
Yes. Theoretically, one of these piles could end up with 30 cards in it.
Yeah. It's kind of like drafting your races in Small World, in a way.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Because it's just like putting the coin on it.
And it adds some value to things that otherwise wouldn't be as valuable.
Yep. And sometimes just drafting more cards
Precisely.
is valuable in this format. Sometimes you get that pile of like 4 mediocre cards, and it's just worth it. It's just worth it to take 4 mediocre cards.
Yeah.
Especially if it's early on and you haven't locked into colors yet, just to have that flexibility.
Yeah.
When you're just like, I'm not sure what I'm doing, and all of these cards are at least one of these cards is going to end up in my deck no matter what.
Right.
So then it's going to be at least one card.
The other thing that's interesting to me is we're basically splitting a sealed pool.
Yeah, we're kind of splitting up a sealed pool. Which is
Because we have the same number of cards, or the same number of packs that you would get from a sealed pool.
Yep.
And I mean, I have gone to a pre-release event where I make 2 decks, and like the first round I'll play one and be like, that one didn't go as well, and then next round play the other one.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can also, one of my favorite things I've ever seen done in a sealed game was somebody made 2 decks, and then played the first one, and then during sideboarding just switched to the other deck.
I have thought about doing that, but I always thought that would be just a little bit too much. Like, I didn't want to be a dick to my opponent, but...
I mean, it is perfectly within the rules.
Yeah.
It is perfectly legal, and it can... If your second deck is really different, you can hose their sideboarding.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're really worried about them sideboarding in something against you,
Right.
switching to the other deck is not necessarily a bad plan.
But they
And then
probably
switching
notice. Switching back.
switching back is the real tech, which I've seen done.
Or
So, like,
switching to a third deck.
I've never seen anyone do that. I've never seen anyone have the sealed pool that was so deep they built 3 decks. but it's possible.
Yeah.
That is possible. You have enough cards technically to do it.
Yeah.
You want to shuffle that a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and that's the real make sure it's important.
So do you have some sleeves that we could throw in here after we've got our decks?
I think we do that if
If there's
value.
Yeah.
Like when one of us flips it up and sees a foil assassin's trophy, then we pull out the sleeves.
Yeah.
Because that's like what,
Unfortunate.
$60 card right now? It's ridiculous.
Is it down there? I thought it was higher than that.
I know that non-foil is 40.
Oh. Okay, wow, yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's the most valuable card in the set by a long shot.
Yeah, that's actually one thing. I think it was one of Prof's videos that he mentioned that, like, everything else, not including Assassin's Trophy, is, like, under $20, which is kind of good.
Yeah, especially because there's a lot of $2 rares.
Yeah,
Which is great.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That to me is just like, that means you did good.
Yeah.
That means that set designers, you really nailed this one, because there's just a lot of $2 rares, and that's a great place to be.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, I guess not including shocks, again, is the other thing. Because shock lands are still like.
I think the shocklands are like,
10.
yeah, they're above 10. They are all under 20 though. I think the second most expensive card in the deck, or in the set, is 20. I don't remember what it is. One of Planeswalker.
Which there was Vraska and
Probably Vraska.
then what other Planeswalkers did you see?
Ral, I don't think is super
Oh,
valuable.
Rao, yeah. Rao was not very impressive.
I mean, he's still. I
Was
think.
Rao impressive?
I think he's still like $9. Because he's not that powerful for a planeswalker, but he's still a planeswalker, and he's still a mythic rare.
Yeah.
And mythic rares are always money unless they are like real corner case.
Yeah.
Which,
Modern cards or something.
yeah, or just like the super build around cards where no one has figured out what to do with them yet.
Yeah. Those are typically rares.
Those are typically rares and not mythics, but occasionally one slips through.
And it's like if you have, or what's that one where it's like if you have this in your hand, battlefield, graveyard.
Oh, Hedron Alignment.
Yeah, you win the
I
game.
love that card. It's so bad.
You have to have one copy in your hand, one on the battlefield, one in your graveyard,
And one in exile.
and one in exile.
You have to have them in 4 different zones, and that's the only real way to get them in 4 different zones.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to get one into your command zone. The only way there's no way to put one in the remove from the freaking game forever zone. Which
I thought it specified 4 specific zones. Does
it
say
does. It
any
does.
4 zones?
Yeah,
Oh.
it does specify the 4 specific zones. But I was entertained by the fact that there's literally no other way
Oh, okay.
it could be 4 zones.
Gotcha.
Because there are zones that don't exist anymore. The Madness Zone does not exist anymore. There used to be a Madness Zone.
Yeah. The berry zone doesn't work anymore. Or it
Berry
doesn't-
Zone?
Bury this card.
Oh, that's the graveyard.
I kind of miss that, honestly. I
The
had never
berry-
played when it existed, but I kind of like the flavor of it.
Yeah, I mean, bury meant destroy and cannot be regenerated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it just meant destroy.
No, it was destroy and can't. There was destroy and there was bury.
Oh, I thought
So
it-
bury was destroy and it can't be regenerated, which was
Huh.
really weird.
Okay.
And that's why they dropped it.
Yeah.
It was because no
I
one
just
got
thought
that at first.
I just thought it was a clever way to say destroy for creatures.
No, it's because you just bury them alive.
Yeah.
So they can't be regenerated because it doesn't matter. They're just in the graveyard now. But yeah, that's why the original text on... You ready to go?
Sure. I'm good with that.
Alright.
We both gave a pretty decent shuffling.
Roll. 3. Beat that punk.
4.
Damn. Alright.
I beat that punk. Okay, so look at this one.
Yep.
I can take this.
Yeah, you can either take that and then pass it to me. Putting...
I will take this.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
that was fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's worth it because there's no added value on here.
Yeah.
Every pile is still 1 card for me.
Yeah.
I know.
I also just
but
like this card.
In
Ooh.
that moment, I was referencing the Malium as the bitch.
Do I just
Because
take
it
this
was
card?
being a bitch.
It does so much.
Ooh.
It makes it significant.
No, not like that. It just like you never don't want this card in draft.
Yeah. I have some thoughts of what it might be, but
It's probably none of those.
Okay.
It's probably much less powerful than.
oh no, I'm not imagining anything
Oh.
powerful. I'm imagining things with lots of options.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna take this
Yeah.
because
And that
Options
way
are good.
yeah, I don't want to give you 2 cards.
Not
Not this early on. Multiple cards are more valuable earlier on.
Oh shit.
Right, but you
It's
won't be
a
able
good
to roll the
one,
yard item.
but it kind of sets you on a particular, marks you on a kind of certain
Alright.
way of things.
There you go. Yeah, and I mean, this is still a draft, so a lot of normal drafting rules still apply. You
I
don't,
like this one.
you don't typically want to first pick gold cards, though there are times when the card is just so good. Oh! Huh, interesting.
See what I mean? Like, it's,
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
I
good
do see
card,
what you mean. Yeah.
but I don't know that I want it.
No, it's funny because of what landed
we
on
can-
top of it.
We can tell them what that one was, but
Yeah, because we both know it was the card Camaraderie, which is a sorcery that lets you lets you gain life and draw cards equal to the number of creatures you control, and creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn.
So it costs 6, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you need to really go wide and have a late game play.
I'll
to...
leave that there and hope it's not a mistake.
Alright.
I'm gonna leave that there. I'm not excited by that card at all.
Okay.
Ooh. Nah. I think I'd rather have a random. The right call was probably to take that card, actually, but I'm actually quite happy with that random, so...
Ooh.
Like, that random's not great, but I might play it. It's definitely a playable random.
I don't hate this. I'll go ahead and take it. I have not... I don't know a lot of the meta of the Winston, so I'll probably make some mistakes.
That cards. I'm not taking that card. There's just no. That's starting to get pretty valuable. But I don't think it's enough. I'm gonna go for this one. Ooh, is that enough? I want it to be enough, but I don't think it is.
Alright.
I think that one's going to...
Let's get set for a little while.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Okay. It's not a bad random. I'm still pretty happy with that random.
Yeah, I'm not too excited by that. Okay. Thanks. Okay. What's something? That was the one you didn't see. Yeah, so that's...
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, the top card is always going to be a card your opponent did not see.
I don't know if that's the direction I want to go, but it's probably something I don't need to have.
That's fair. That's... I mean, this is a two-player format. Hate drafting is real.
Yeah.
Hate drafting is always... And this is still worse than, drafting cards you want.
Sure. But you can also remove more than one card at a time.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, I think there's only one card in this in this grip I want, but I think that one card is good enough. And if we were really being competitive, we would
Say
probably
anything.
be silent during this, but that's boring. I also wouldn't separate out my picks like this because this gives you some amount of information of what I'm excited for, what I'm trying to pick, and how much is shash. But
Cool.
yeah. There was a lot of value on that stack.
There's 2 guild gates.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if I'm settled into colors yet, but getting 2 different guild gates
No, I think I'd leave.
out of a maximum of 6 in the draft.
These are pretty good. No, I think I'm gonna leave those for you. I have a feeling you're gonna like that stack.
Okay.
Okay, interesting. I might hate draft this stack. I don't think I want you to have this. That's a good stack for you. Ooh. It's a good stack for you,
Yeah.
but it's a really bad stack for me. So I think I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay.
Because I think I still need playables. Going random again.
Oh, you didn't.
Oh.
Well, just put that
Yeah.
one there. Sorry, it's fine. It didn't change that much.
No, but I am quite happy with this random, so
Okay.
I'm fairly pleased.
Good. I'm really intrigued by what's in the second stack now because you
Yeah.
played it up a bunch.
Yeah.
I put one.
Right?
Well, then you didn't even see the most recent card.
No, I didn't. I didn't even see that third card. So I'm feeling... Yeah, I know. This group of 4 is pretty good, but it's not very exciting.
Yeah, that's... I mean, everything in there has been, like, decent, but not really worth...
Yeah, I mean, a couple of them are good in the right deck. But I think it's just not exciting enough. So now it's probably super spicy. I want you to have this, but it's complete garbage in my deck.
I'm interested to like what you think I'm building. 'Cause
Okay.
I definitely was trying to do something else, but
Well, you know what?
And
I
I'm
went
doing
random
right.
again, and it still did me all right. So
well, there you go.
you know what? Maybe random's just the way to go in this.
What the? I still don't know that I want any of this.
Good, leave it down. I'll take it. I'll take D.6. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I care about you having that. Thank you. Huh, interesting.
This is very interesting. The risk reward. How far do you go?
I'm going to take the risky play. I'm going to leave that down.
Is it worth looking at that? Leaving the first pile to think that one of the piles that you've seen most of could get slightly better. You've passed up that pile a lot. That third pile.
Yeah, I have.
I don't think I've added to that pile.
I don't think so either. I think the only time you looked at the third pile, you took it.
Yeah.
It's just
Don't play.
big, and they just don't do enough in what I'm trying to do. Funny. Okay. Yeah, you'll sometimes have whiffs in Winston, where sometimes you take a pile and it just ends up being useless, or you take a random.
I'm still not entirely sure what I'm doing here.
I feel ya.
I like my first, I think 3 or 4 picks, I had a direction. And since then I've gotten way off track.
You know what? This I'll take.
But maybe I just need to pivot.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta pivot. And also, it being 2 players, like...
I also just keep getting stuff incidentally for something else, so I'm like, well, maybe I just do that.
You know what? I think this is just good enough. Just gets out.
Alright.
So,
That's a fine card.
you should take...
I'll leave it there.
You should take that one, too.
Yeah. I will.
Damn. Okay. I didn't know what it was.
I know.
Huh. Okay. Alright. Have fun with that, pal. Huh. You know what? I might take this if I didn't know what was in that third stack. 'Cause
You know what's in the third stack.
I know what's in that third stack. Oh!
Got spicier?
It got so much spicier! I
Alright.
almost feel bad about that!
Oh shit. You need a sleeve.
I don't think so. I don't think the card is that valuable.
Okay.
You know what? I'll Google it just in case, but I don't think so.
Alright, I will take this one.
But it's not super valuable, but it's really spicy.
Okay. I'm intrigued. At the very least.
Yeah, it's a 20-cent card.
Cool.
Um,
I mean, I'm not too worried about money in general, but
yeah.
this is all going to be just, if anything's really worth a good bit of money, I'll probably just either let anyone
Sure. I'll take this.
Who needs it, use it, or sell it and put it back into
I put one on the
Kraken
top.
fund.
Took the second one. But yeah, it's the spicy thing I picked up wasn't uncommon. Yeah, sure, get in. Back down to 1. That was
Yeah.
interesting. Yes, absolutely. All right. Sometimes the path is just clear. And sometimes you're just digging for something,
Wow.
which is one thing that's that can be kind of fun with Winston. Is sometimes you're sorting through. You're just looking for something. Like sometimes there's just one thing you're looking for.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just like, man, my deck really needs more removal.
Sure.
And so you're just looking for removal, and you're basically passing on any pile that doesn't have removal. Oh crap, this card needs to remove. I don't like that.
I just haven't come across it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, but
That's not bad. Check it out.
it's never good when your opponent needs to read the cards.
That means it doesn't just say vigilance or
Right.
So probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
That is a card.
It's alright, but I think I can do better.
There's also the element of
I was right.
if my opponent passes this now, they're probably going to keep passing it, sort of thing, and I can
Yeah.
let some stuff build up.
Yeah, but you never know when you're gonna put the spice on top of it. It's like I want that, but I'm pretty locked into my colors right now.
Yeah, it's starting to definitely go quicker. I'm honestly not even.
Yes, yes, and yes. Thank you.
There's also the problem I'm noticing of you don't have I'm on my third pack to give
Yeah.
you that warning of maybe I shouldn't keep pivoting.
Yeah, you've really got to pay attention with this. It's really easy to underthink that bit, because when Philip and Winston dropped his cube, that's essentially how I beat him. Was he tried to pivot too late, and then I just ended up with a more solid deck than him.
Yeah.
It's probably the right call for me to take this, but I'm actually gonna leave it. Yeah, it's looking like that was a really bad idea to leave that there. Oh! Maybe not as bad of an idea as I thought.
Okay.
That card might have still been better than this card, but we'll see. Yeah, you can see what I mean. It's not excited by it, but
Yeah.
it's good solid value.
I don't think I want that.
All right.
Just because I don't think I could actually use it there.
Sure.
Okay. Sure.
abilities. A couple of those cards I might run. Each one of those cards I'm not running. I might run. Ooh. Yeah. But if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Yeah. That's enough. I'll take these.
And we just run this out.
Yeah. So basically, you can either pick those two or take whatever that is. And then I get it. Ah, this is the card I needed!
That's amazing.
Like, since like pick 4, I was like, man, I really need to see X card. And I didn't see it the whole time, and it was this one.
So you want to keep things hidden until we play, or do you want to talk through anything that you got?
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
Hands on the table.
I still
I'm
need to sort
I'm
mine
junk.
through. Okay. Yeah, some absinthe. Well, mostly green-black with a little bit of some healer hawks and stuff in it.
Yeah, it's a lot of green-white. There was less white available near the end.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought you were snapping up the white, because I started out, that was my first pick, was a Risk Factor.
Oh, nice.
And then I got a Sunward
That's
Stalwart
really good
and a
draft.
Sky Knight Legionnaire.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, cool, this is a good Boros.
Yeah.
Like, that was my start. And then I started getting past
I mean, I know you have at least
a
2...
bunch of Demir things.
Yeah.
Artful Takedown, Darkblade Courier, Demir Informant.
I know you have at least 2, what's the... Oh shit, you got the Dragonauts? Fuck.
But then,
I know you have at least 2 Goblin Electromancers.
Yeah.
And Goblin Electromancer Risk Factor is a very scary pile.
Yeah, so honestly, I don't entirely know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't 100% know what I'm doing, but I know it involves going wide. It's like,
Yeah.
I know that much already, but we'll see how wide I can actually go.
No, I'm not.
It's like, I think I might end up splashing black. By the way, it was Siege Worm.
Which I guess I got right at the end as well.
Nice.
Somehow. I don't know how that happened. So I need to just look at what...
I mean, it's a draft.
Here.
Sometimes you end up with cards.
Because...
Oh, and Conclave Cavalier was the super spicy card.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's uncommon.
Yeah, but it's a good card.
Right. It's so good. I was so happy to see that. But uncommon is why it's not worth any money.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so we didn't see any real money, but
No, but that's
you don't
fine.
really expect that from Kraken packs.
Yes. Yeah.
There's always that small glimmer of hope, but... Okay, so... Can't do 4 colors.
Yeah, you can do 4 colors. You can totally do 4 colors. It's fine.
If I had gotten a lantern, maybe.
Oh, you mean this lantern?
Oh, you did get a lantern.
Yeah, I picked it up in the same pack as the Selesnya locket.
Yeah, I saw the locket and passed it.
Yep. I ended up with a Boros locket early on because it's stable to something I wanted.
Yeah.
I also ended up with a Demir Spybug.
Damn.
Oh, so Fire Urchin. Interesting thing about this card.
Yeah.
It looks like an Izzet card. It's not. This is a Boros card. Because what you do with it is you mentor onto it, and then you have a 2/4 trample, and then you have a 3/5 trample, and a 3/5 trample in draft is just you're going to get with that
just the
every
fact
turn.
that it has low power and can trample.
And high toughness.
Yeah.
The high toughness matters because since it has high toughness, you can throw it in every turn,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna have a hard time killing it. And so you're gonna be able to keep getting those mentor counters on it because it has to swing to get the counter.
Right.
Um,
That's fair. I don't know. Is this enough?
yeah, I don't think I care about Mausoleum Secrets. Just doesn't really do anything. I also don't know that I care about Necrotic Wound.
Is that really exactly 20?
Really? Nice.
Which means I should probably, I was only sorting colors is the problem, so I should probably think about cutting some stuff and splashing a color.
Siege Worm is like secretly 5 mana.
Yeah. It's
Oh man, I did not think about my curve enough while I was building this deck. I
right.
have a lot of high drops. This is a real heavy deck. And maybe that's okay?
This is going to be better than I thought it would.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of confidence in... let's go right now. I think that's gotta get out. I think this is gonna come in. Yeah, I passed up the Undercity Necrolist and ended up with Zoni. Not sure I run either one.
Oh yeah, zoning can be really good in the right deck.
Yeah,
I've gotten wrecked by that on Arena a couple times.
but I think this deck wants to be Splash Black,
Yeah.
and so I don't know that I want to run Zoni with her double blackness. But she is on 6, so maybe that's fine. So I can make about 2 cuts.
I'm gonna just stick with this and see how it goes.
Do I actually want the small wood sugars? Is my question. I feel like the answer should be yes, but I'm not sure it is. No, yeah, I mean it's gotta be yes. I just need creatures. I'm starting to think I didn't pick enough creatures. No. No, I've got enough creatures. Barely, I've got enough creatures.
13. Okay, so that's pretty much split. Yeah, it's interesting that both of us felt light on the white.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens because, like you pointed out earlier, it's 6 packs, so it's roughly equivalent to a sealed pool, and you know sometimes your pool ends up light.
Did you get any guild games?
I got 2. One Celestial, one Golgari.
Oh yeah, I guess there's one in each pack. And I got...
So you should have gotten 4. Or maybe I ended up with one I'm not using.
Yeah, I think, because I see...
Yeah, I got Dimir Guildgate.
Alright, I'm gonna get some water and be right back.
Alright.
You finish up your cuts.
Yeah. Alright, chat, here's what we're gonna do. I'm pretty sure this is what we want. So we're going to sort by color, and then try to find the odd duck. Try to find which card is just going to be too hard for us to cast too much of the time. And it's not going to be Conclave Cavalier, because that card is just so freaking sweet. It's like... And we're only in 3 colors, so it's not too unreasonable. We're going to be able to cast it. Maybe we run the Lantern over the Locket, but I feel like we want the Locket in because it's cards. Late game, it is cards, and that is valuable. We don't have a lot of removal, so I don't think we want to cut any of our removal. Yeah, we have 3 pieces of removal, so I really don't think we can cut any. Those are just good.
Alright.
What?
Not because there's anything valuable, but that's like either of that deck.
I think we're gonna try 16 minutes.
Oh.
I have a Chromatic Lantern and a Celestia Locket,
Yeah.
so I think it'll be okay.
Unfortunately, I didn't get any lockets in my
Really?
in the color I'm playing.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what you were doing, so I didn't see what colors you actually ended up in.
I probably could or should have gone in a different direction. But well, if we play out some games, we can reconstruct, perhaps, and I might switch around what colors I'm playing because I did not commit hard enough because I was trying really hard to go Boros, and it just didn't happen.
Rough.
So I ended up picking up a lot of blue because blue I could tell was open.
Yeah, blue's definitely open.
And along with the red I was already getting. So, let's see. Along the way I also got some Demir and some other stuff. But overall, I do like what I've seen of guilds as far as a draft environment.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Nothing too bomby. Enough fixing to actually be able to run the colors that you want to run. It is restrictive if you want to, like, it is hard to run Orzhov or one of the guilds from the second set.
Oh,
obviously.
Yeah.
But that's kind of by design.
In the draft I was talking about earlier, where I first picked Pelt Collector, and ended up going Boros, it looked for a bit like I was going to go Gruul. Like I was going to go Gruul, put counters on things.
Yeah.
With the mono red mentor cards, which, by the way, Goblin Banneret, so sweet.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
Is that the one that you can pump?
Yes.
The mentor pumping?
Yeah, it's the 1-drop 1/1 mentor with 1 in a red, get +2/+0 until end of turn.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's just
Seemed like it.
It's just so sweet because you can, because early game.
I think I might have some extra sleeves if you wanna.
I can sleeve up. Yeah.
I think there's a
That's not sleeves.
M15 box that has sleeves in it. The black and white.
Is this it? I can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think there's
It's an
some sleeves.
M15 box. There's sleeves in there. Are they empty? Yeah, they're empty.
Yeah, all the sleeves are in there empty. Whether or not you can find enough same colors. We have the official shitty backing page sleeves are hard. They do work for putting your commander, so you don't have to shuffle your commander.
I was tracking what I was counting, but I'm pretty sure
I was
there's.
gonna say, you just start sleeving. Oh, it's.
Yeah, I
gotta
wanted
be
to
up
make
to
sure
40.
that there was enough. I'm terrible at spatial estimation, so.
It's not the worst that we
True. I could be bad at breathing. That would suck.
I mean, isn't that just called asthma?
Yeah. All you people out there with asthma, you suck at breathing. You heard it here first. Probably not. You probably have heard that a lot.
That reminds. What is it? There's like a Tumblr post that goes something like that.
You suck at breathing?
Yeah, somebody said something like, "Man, I suck at everything. I'd even suck at breathing if I could," or something like that. And then my mom said, "Honey, you have asthma."
Why is their mom on Tumblr?
I don't know. I didn't tell that very well, obviously.
Why is anyone on Tumblr?
But I honestly am not sure. I wasn't aware that people were. I thought it was just a bunch of AIs that were communicating with people.
No, that's Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's actually.
Can that be a Cards Against Humanity card? AI's tweeting back and forth forever.
Sure. I mean, they have blank cards. and print your own cards.
Okay, sure, but that was said less out of a desire to actually play that as it was a desire to just say those words. Because sometimes words are fun to say.
Yeah.
In honor of blue being open, I went with blue seats. Because of how open it is.
Yeah. And I went with orange in honor of them being the cheap sleeve. Well, I didn't find that post, but I did find this.
Heavy breathing turns me on a lot. I got asthma.
Or this one.
Looking at the cards in my deck, just like, why am I running this?
Oh. Yeah. I mean, sure. You got cards.
It's like some of
Probably
them are like Conclave Cavalier. I'm like, oh yes, it's so hard to deal with.
Uh-huh.
And then other cards, I'm just like, what are you doing in this deck? What are you even going to do?
What do you even do? You used to plant.
I mean, the forests are more valuable than,
Anything else?
well, not than anything else, but they're more valuable than a lot of the cards.
Apparently they're pretty valuable. Segue. So the Command Zone on YouTube
Yeah.
put out a new episode where they had apparently spent a good amount of time and effort correlating some data about like what wins a Commander game.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
And
I want to take a look at that.
yeah, one of the conclusions was, I mean, it's like kind of well duh when you say it, but like one of the data points they got was
one short.
the number of lands that the winning player has in play on average, and some other things in that realm that basically just you are much more likely to win if you have more lands, which like it's kind of like well duh,
Yeah.
but also like it's something you don't really think about as the game is going. Probably the biggest shock of what they revealed was how much on average the player who went first tended to win,
Yeah.
which was like they basically arranged it such that if you have no variables at all, you have a 25% chance of winning.
Yeah.
Going first bumped that up to 40
Yeah.
and bumped everyone else down respectively.
Right. It's a pretty shocking difference. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because you would think, it's a long format, it's a multiplayer format. You would think that first play would, kind of, it wouldn't matter as much.
Yeah.
But I think possibly it's the fact that you get to draw your first turn is making a huge
Possibly.
difference.
The thing that they were getting into, and one of the other biggest upsets was the turn 1 Soul Ring
Oh yeah.
actually decreased your chance of winning.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess just because everyone targets you.
Exactly. That's what they were getting at, is that a lot of these results, you kind of have to take the mental and psychological kind of aspects into account.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that,
it's
like,
a politics game.
Exactly. If you turn 1 Soul Ring, people are going to target you, whereas if you went first, people don't think it makes a difference. But that you're getting to act before everyone else.
Yeah.
Like turn 10, when you untap 10 lands, you now have 10 more mana available to you than everyone else has had available in the game so far.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
But people don't focus on the player who went first, whereas people will focus on someone who played the turn 1 Soul Ring.
I wonder if Commander I wonder if it would actually be fair to deny the first player that first draw.
Yeah, that was one thing they got into was what kind of needs to change, and I think their takeaway was just be aware that is an advantage.
Yeah,
and act accordingly or react accordingly.
that's true.
When they're not taking that draw away, they did mention that as a thing as well. But I'm sure there's some other solution, some creative solution, but could be.
Yeah, I mean, I think taking that draw away might be just like the simplest solution.
Yeah.
Because, that's how it is in one-on-one format Magic.
Right.
Do we want to roll to see who go first in this game?
Oh yeah.
I got Snake Eyes.
I'm going first.
I mean, yes.
Power move.
Good luck, have fun.
Oh god, this hand is so bad. I don't think this is a keepable hand.
This could be bad.
Ugh,
I'll go there.
I'll keep 7. Yeah. I'm not even sure this is greedy. It's just dumb.
I guess the other takeaway that they suggested for turn 1 Soul Ring is people probably keep bad hands because they have an hand with the Soul Ring, but nothing to do with it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Because, I mean, that's definitely happened to me where I'm like, well, I don't have anything to do till turn 6, but, man, do I get that Soul Ring out on turn 1?
Yeah. And those first few turns of setup, they can matter more than it seems. So let's go get us. And I tap my lands completely. Magic Arena.
They're not listening.
I'm like, that's the thing that really bothers me about Magic Arena. Is that it's so much harder for me to tell when lands are tapped or not.
Really, I've never had an issue in Arena. Like, if when I see someone do that in real life, I maybe have an issue. But in Arena, I've never had trouble telling if a land is tapped or untapped.
I mean,
Because you also kind of have like a dimming and glowing effects.
yeah.
But,
I mean, it's never made an enormous difference. It's always just maybe take that extra quarter second to go, wait, how much mana?
Goblin Electromancer?
Game 2? Done.
Yes. I didn't even get that many instances in Sorceries. What do I need those for? Cool. Pass. Swing in for 2.
I'll take 2. Go 18.
And then I'll play. Oh, wow. Torch Carrier. Forgot he had haste.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. My plan is working already.
And I pass roll at it.
You got it.
Go ahead. But also, I'm not sure if I would want to trade courier for a hawk or not. I mean, it is flying, and I don't have it ready to go flying.
Yeah.
Torch Courier. I don't even know
Kraken for 1.
how useful it is in my deck necessarily, because I don't know that I have a lot of bomb
Pass turn.
creatures that are worth giving haste or
Yeah, I mean, your worst case scenario is that it's a rampaging goblin, which is not a terrible worst case scenario in draft, especially in this format. 1-drops in general are just better in GRN than they usually are.
I'll swing for 4.
Yeah, I'll take 4.
And then I'm gonna drop
Go down to
a
15.
Smelt Ward Minotaur.
Nice. Instant sorcery, creature and opponent controls can't block. Alright.
And I'll pass.
Alright. And now maybe I will draw something. Okay.
I'm stuck on 3 lands here, so you're clearly winning.
No. Even if you... I mean, you're at 3 lands on turn 4. And also, even if you were actually on the screw usually beats Flood. Pay 5, tap Yoda's Hawk, Lockstone Restorer.
Which is the opposite of what I would typically think, but... Okay.
Well, because you can... It's easier to draw yourself out of a screw. It's a lot harder to draw yourself out of a Flood, because you have more lands than whatever type of spell you're trying to draw.
I guess that's fair. I usually think of it as if you're flooded, you can play anything you draw.
Yeah. But you only get to play that one thing.
That's
Whereas when you're screwed, as soon as you draw yourself out, you unlock your whole hand.
yeah, like that. Let's see.
It's going to take 6.
You block with your feet.
If you cast an instant sorcery.
Fortunately, I don't have one.
Oh.
But I have a Rebel Belt Boar.
Ugh.
So I will give my Smelt Ward Minotaur +2/+0.
Alright, so it's 4-3?
It's a 4/3, and I'll just swing. Yeah, I'll just swing like that.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's worth the trade. Ow. One?
Take one.
Cast Affectionate Injure.
Yes.
When it enters the battlefield, it gets to fight Goblin Electromancer.
Oh, okay. Right. Forgot it. You're scared of that.
Pass.
Told you, I don't even have any sorceries or instants.
I don't believe you, though. Is the problem. I know you at least have Hypothesis in that deck, and I'm scared of Hypothesis.
Give me a format.
Topping both. Ooh.
And sit pretty here.
Alright.
Yeah, got it.
Get in for one.
Tied at 17.
Yep. And then... Sworn Companions. Maybe we have...
Yeah, I think we would. 2, actually.
Sweet.
Yeah, I do like the lifelink tokens. Those are
Very nice. And I think we pass. All right. Camaraderie would not be a bad draw for me right now.
Goblin Electromancer.
Son of a bitch!
Spoiler alert, they were both in my opening hand.
Damn it. I killed you once! I can do it again! Anybody coming over for an Indrik party?
I don't think they are. So, I will say go. Yeah, despite your belief that I have instants and sorceries, and my understanding that I have lands in this deck, I haven't been able to do a whole lot yet.
Come in for one.
Alright. See that healer off. Doing work.
That's what it's for.
Alright.
Prey upon Indrik. Kill the Electromancer. The Indrik has killed 2 goblins.
Yeah.
It's a happy Indrik.
Yeah.
It's so cuddly.
I love it.
It cuddles you to death.
That was the card that I said, man, I really want that, but there was no reason for me to take it.
Yeah.
Aside from denying you. But
it just cuddles you to death. That's what it does.
yeah.
My favorite part about the art is all of the cats around its feet.
Oh yeah.
It's just they love it. It's so happy. Even the elf would probably love it if it didn't just knock it off of the. Well, as the flavor text says, the problem isn't the Indrik's enthusiasm; it's Ravnica's lack of guardrails.
Yeah, I love that.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna give maximum velocity to the
Rubber Bud 4?
Rubber Bud 4.
Sure. Is it
And-
4/4?
Yes, makes it a 4/4. I'll say the Indrik cannot block this turn.
You got it.
And the smell would trigger. And I'll swing for it.
I will jump in the
And then I will say go.
Huh. Okay. This has told me something very clear about my deck.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't you have 3 colors?
Which is I need to board in more swamps. This is swing 1.
Alright. Getting in there. Down to 15. We're back up to starting.
Pass turn. 15 turns, I'm gonna kill you with this healer's hawk.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Damn it. No, I don't like that. Don't do it. Discard it to cast maximum velocity instead.
Yeah. Lazy Claw.
You do. You have a red mana.
Yeah. I do have a red mana.
Use all of your red mana. Alright.
Respect.
Yeah, I'll take 4.
And trigger from the smell word.
Okay. Can I do Warlock's so it's not big, just a pass. Forest. Kraken for 1.
Yep.
That's
Still happening. Should probably have done something about that by now.
Yeah, pass turn.
I didn't get any shocks or
I didn't see any.
I don't know if lightning strike was in here, but hey,
Or
land.
the shock's not in this. It's what was the other? What is it? This time around, I don't remember. But I didn't see any lava coils either. Okay. I mean, we're just doing this again. Getting for the dealer talk.
Woohoo!
Pass.
Hypothesis.
Gross. All right.
Getting rid of that electromancer actually did make a difference for you.
What's the creature?
Well, first I draw 2 cards.
You target the creature and cast the spell.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will target the agent.
I believe so. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry, you don't, because it's then you may discard a card. So yeah, you don't have to target it until you choose to discard. I apologize. That's a really weird card.
Yes, it is.
It's cool.
I think.
Has to be not. You can also choose not to discard.
I will discard Donald Banneret.
All right. Ooh.
Deal 4 damage
Spicy.
to the
Dirk dice.
and then I will take my turn. I will. Damn it. Step 2. What you got? Going to.
Can do it. You want? It's
I'll
what's in your
return
card.
the soldier to your hand.
Sure.
I was about to do it for a long time.
Yeah, I figured.
Trigger that can't block this turn.
Yep. And
And I surveil one.
Yep.
Keep that there.
All right. I'm open.
Swing.
How much?
Leave this back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7. Me too. I'll drop a Muse Drake. That's what I have to keep over the Banneret. Stop your hawk shenanigans.
Yep. Go ahead. Oh, fucking finally. Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look at your board real quick.
Okay.
Ah, great. Black, green,
Black.
4. Finality.
Okay.
Oh, I should have. Whatever. I put 2 counters on the Lockstone Restorer, and then everything gets -4/-4 until end of turn.
I sacrifice the Torch Courier to give my Rabble-Belt Boar haste.
You should have given him Muse Drake haste. It was still summoning stuff.
Yeah. No other triggers or anything. Yeah.
Attack you for 1.
Okay.
Should. As counters. 5/6.
That was a fun time.
Yeah, that was nice. I liked that. I enjoyed it. I liked 2 for 6ing you.
Yeah. I'm done.
I smell a counter, but there's not really anything I can do about it. Swing 5.
I take 5.
Black and 3. Partisan bats.
Okay. Oof. You want flying?
Yep. Pass. Oh! Whisper agent.
Okay.
Done?
Yeah. Think.
Do you have no cards in hand?
Nope. Oh wait.
What?
Oh, I thought Jumpstart said non-land.
No, it does not.
Oh fuck! I shouldn't have played that land.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have just done 4 damage to you. So it's
Undercity Uprising.
would have won you the game.
Creatures I control gain death touch until end of turn. Then target creature I control. Fight. Start creature I don't control. Fight.
Cool.
Swing for lethal.
Cool. Yeah, was that finality definitely did me in.
Yeah. I had finality. I had Find Finality, Undercity Uprising, and 2 Bartisan Bats in my hand
I
before I drew a swamp.
did not get any removal in that game.
You got Hypothesis. That's
Oh yeah,
that's pretty good removal.
that's true.
But you didn't get a lot.
I guess I don't really even have that much because again, no shocks.
Yeah, I have like 3 pieces of removal. I don't think Shock is in this set.
I could have sworn I'd seen it in the draft.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I thought there was at least some sort of
There
shock
is.
or lightning strike.
Yeah, there's a few red removal spells. There's the one with Jumpstart that's way better than it looks.
Which one?
What's it called? It's 1 red, instant deal 2 damage to any target with Jumpstart.
Yeah.
It's way better than it looks. Because it ends up being 4 damage for 6 mana that you get to split,
Sure.
which is actually pretty sweet, at least in draft. There's Lava Coil, which is 1 red, deal 4 damage to target creature.
Yeah.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's upsetting how good that card is. Then there's Harness the Storm, which is one of the more expensive ones. I think it costs 6. I don't remember exactly which. Or maybe, or does it cost 5?
I think that's the one I got.
I remember it being pretty good too. And
I think it's 5.
there's Inescapable Blaze, which I think is uncommon. Maybe it's rare, but I think it's uncommon. Excuse me. Which is 6 for 6 damage and can't be countered.
Yeah, I don't think I saw any counters.
Another
honestly.
one. Is there a counter? I thought I saw a counter. But I passed it out because it was blue.
Right. If I got it, it's in there because I literally took all of my red and blue cards and counted and it was 23.
I mean, you had some sweet red and blue cards.
Yeah.
You got the Dragonauts, and We Dragonauts is good.
Yeah.
That's a reprint from original Ravnica.
Yeah, I remember
And
seeing it way back when.
It was disgusting back then, and it's still disgusting now.
Yeah. I actually really do love what they did with each of the guilds this time around. They all feel like they have very solid mechanics. I'll be on play.
I mean, I'm not big on Undergrowth, but just
Undergrowth
'cause
is probably the weakest because it requires a very particular way of playing.
it's also just not very exciting. Oh man!
But it is interesting how Undergrowth and Jumpstart and Surveil all kind of complement each other.
Well, Undergrowth and Surveil and Jumpstart complement each other, but Undergrowth doesn't fit with Jumpstart because Undergrowth only counts creatures.
Oh, sure.
And Jumpstart's
Yeah.
only on instant sorceries.
Sure. Yeah, Surveil's kind of the tie between the two.
Yeah, which is part of the reason I think why there's so many cards with Surveil.
Yeah.
Because Surveil is also just so good.
Yeah.
This is a horribly unkeepable hand. I'm keeping it anyway.
I will keep this hand because it's good.
Damn, I didn't want to hear that. Alright, you're on the play.
Alright, I play Mountain, tap it, and play a Torch Courier.
Oh, I don't want that.
And I swing for 1.
Ow, I didn't want that.
I remembered to do it this time. Oh wait, we didn't reset.
Oh shit.
There we go.
I start 10, you start 7. I think that would be bad for me, actually.
Judge?
Alright,
Good.
alright. Not punished. Not rewarded, but not punished. Planes. Oop. I don't play 2 cards. I play a Hunted Witness, which is just kind of like 2 cards.
Yeah.
Pass.
Cool. I'll play this.
Oh, why did I keep this hand?
And I don't want you to have a life here.
Regretting decisions.
I'll play a pass while I pass.
God. Oh no. Oh Lord. Planes. Pass turn. I'm a mono white deck now.
Good job. That's pretty exciting.
It would be really exciting if I had white spells in my hand. The greed gets real when when I'm up a game.
I'll swing the pass one.
Oh yeah, I'll take one.
And then go.
Planes. Pass.
Tap
Stay
deck
this.
this. Whisper it.
Yep.
Leave it. I've left almost all of my surveils tonight.
I mean, that's fine. Sometimes just the knowledge is enough. Oh! No. I don't want
Banneret.
that. No, I don't want it. No. Please? Please no?
Yeah, I think I do want to do that, don't I?
Yeah, you definitely do.
Sack the torch to give Goblin Banneret haste.
Yep.
Give the Banneret +2/+0.
Yep.
And swing in with each and give.
Pass while I add to counter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trade
That's
for the Banneret, take
difficult
5.
thing you want to do. So you don't want that happening anymore.
Yep.
But I've still got a 2/4 now.
Yep.
Which is markedly better than a 1/3. Go ahead.
I feel so dumb for keeping this hand.
I had a beautiful hand.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I had a curve.
Pass.
I had the path laid in front of me. Yeah, I'm gonna Sonic Assault, tap your guy and deal you 2.
Yep. And then I take 5.
And then I'll swing for 5.
I'm at 6.
Go ahead.
Swamp. Brawl Foragers.
Cool.
Undergrowth trigger, I gain 1.
Okay.
Also, it's a 4/4.
Yes.
Pass.
Command the Storm. Fuck. Deal 5 damage.
Yep.
Swing with my 2 creatures.
block I just did. So yeah, I'll take it. I go down to 2.
Okay. Sega?
Forest. Green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C4.
Okay.
And at least there was nothing I could do.
Game 3.
Yep. I should not have kept a 4-land hand.
That was kind of my perfect storm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can recreate
Good.
that. I can't believe I topped that Command the Storm right after you played your 4/4.
Yeah, because I was like, this will stabilize me. Nope. It's like I had to sever the strands in hand.
Yeah.
Basically the whole game, but by the time I drew the swamp, it was too late.
You want to play soon?
Yeah.
Like how our sleeves kind of complement each other.
Yeah. That's my 6.
Nope.
Oof.
It's a no for me, dog.
Oh shit. 2 of my sleeves stuck together.
Oh yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I should have warned you about that.
Yeah.
Because those sleeves, they like,
Do
kind
you
of...
mind if I just redraw?
Yeah, that's fine. They kind of hook onto each other, which is one of the reasons I stopped using them. I should have
That
warned
makes
you about
sense.
that.
That's fine. It was just, I was like, oh shit, I accidentally pulled 8. Move to cheat step.
Cheaty face.
I do not sorry too.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I can work with this. We'll see. Could be worse.
This time I will count them out. 1, 2. Tried to do it to me again. I might have to.
Oh, I'll discard this.
Cool. Yeah. Got a mulligan anyway. 4 white cards, no white land.
I don't know if you noticed, but I actually did increase the size of the screen a little bit. I don't know. I still feel like we need a better, higher resolution camera to really be able to tell what's on the board. But
Yeah.
I think it's better.
Oh, we should have put the card reader up since we're playing GRN.
Oh, yeah.
We could have done
We
it.
actually could have.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what we get for thinking after we do.
Yeah, it is.
I was actually thinking earlier, it's a shame we can't use the card reader, but we can. We could
Yeah.
have on this one.
It's like one of the few times that we actually can.
Oh. Alright, I'll be greedy. Alright. Strike. Bottom. Lanes. Heal top.
Nice. Mountain. Yeah. I actually haven't drawn my guild gate this game.
Swing for 1.
Or this night. I take 1 even.
There's a bunch of cards I haven't drawn. Hunted Witness. Pass turn. I mean, you should. I missed the land drop on turn 2.
Oh, wait. I see. I was not paying very close attention to that. Your turn?
Swing 2.
I'm gonna unexplained disappearance here.
Okay. Take 1.
And survey 1.
So you take 1.
Yep.
He will fuck.
Yep.
Pass.
It's not more than that turn.
Yep.
Save it.
That's why you never keep the one-lander. You will always be punished. Always.
Yeah. Yes.
Swing 2.
Alright. I'll block that. Then we'll take it. And you get 1.
Pass.
Hey, you're winning, Carter.
No, I'm not. I fell into the 2-land trap. Where it's like, oh man, this hand is so sweet if I draw 2 lands. But if you do that, you will draw 0 lands the entire game. Alright.
Oh shit! This is useless.
Oh no, that's a sorcery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's aggressive, not defensive.
Why is that a sorcery?
Because it's an aggressive card, not a defensive card.
That's so dumb.
I don't understand. Points. Pass. It's
Because
an aggressive card.
There are big cards that do the exact same effect at instance. Oh, I guess that's jump
It's
start.
just a jumpstart.
But
You get to do it twice.
it's still dumb.
You get to do it twice.
Still dumb.
That card wins games. Like, I get to take my biggest thing and hit you in the air with it.
I gotta take my biggest thing and hit you in the
Alright,
air.
take 3. Also, the soldier couldn't block. Because you cast an instant or sorcery.
Well, you know what? It's your turn.
Okay, I don't have to move to clean up yet.
Hey, you got 2 lands now.
Swing 1.
Improvement.
Pass. Yeah, unfortunately, the other land I needed was green. I'm going to draw a 3rd land, and it's going to be a Guild Gate. I'll take 2.
Okay, well.
Ooh, yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Swing 2.
I guess that's the best option for you.
Yep.
I'll block the flyer.
Alright, I get 2. Then we move to
Why does
Oh, sorry. It didn't
I was like, did I miss something?
No, I was just shortcutting too far.
Do I get?
Move to clean up. Discard the zoning.
Cool.
just
I'll
like
attack. Kill the token. Deal
D5.
5. Then I'm going to maximum velocity for well.
That's a switch.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about
okay.
just because I want to. Okay.
But why didn't you do that before combat to get an extra point of damage?
No, because I'm bad at magic, Carter.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You're going to win this game. I kept a one-lander like an idiot.
go ahead.
Move to cleanup step.
Okay.
Nice.
Discard the dazzling light
Yeah, we're going to get another one of
to
these.
jumpstart the maximum altitude on this world. Lord.
Alright. And then hit me for 6.
And then.
Jumpstart maximize velocity.
Thank you.
Do you have a creature to play first? If you can play a creature, then you can maximize the velocity of the creature. And eventually get its power and extra damage.
Give them your own format.
Yeah, sure. It's 2 points. Or, well, 1 point.
And then.
Yeah, maximize velocity. Just start
Okay,
where the
just-
hell that is. Yeah, Sonic Assault is useless right now. It's useless against the
Maximize the Premier Informer.
against the nothing matchup.
And then swing over.
8. 9. Where is it?
1, 2,
3, 4,
4,
5, 6, 7,
Alright.
8. Alright.
Cool. Your turn.
Anyway, forest.
Cool. You can play all those 3 costing cards now, Carter.
Yeah, I can.
Such as.
Sworn companions.
Sorry for your loss.
I play Chromatic Lantern.
Cool.
And Scoop.
Okay, I'm kind of intrigued. I want to see if I can switch colors. Because I think I also have a pretty good Mordu.
Yeah, I just need to stop keeping garbage hands.
Yeah, that helps.
This-
It's definitely a step in the right direction.
I'm all getting much more aggressively on Arena. I don't know why. I'm much less aggressive with my mulligans in real life. I'm much happier to keep garbage hands.
I really want to see if this red.
I guess it's because keeping garbage hands is fun, but my playing is effectively limited on Arena, so it's just like... It's also judged on Arena,
Yeah.
because I lose things when I do bad.
Right.
Because I'm limited rank silver now, so I really don't want to
Ooh.
lose.
Nice.
Yeah, when I went 7-1, it bumped me up.
Yeah. I'm just gonna switch out this blue for this black and white,
Sure.
and I want to see what happens.
Okay. I'm happy for you to not be blue anymore.
I mean, I hardly ever play blue, honestly. For some reason, drafts, I sometimes I like to do blue-red, even though I hardly ever play blue or red anywhere else.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
the
it's
wizard,
pretty good for
the
draft
wizards decks in Dominaria were
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, that was also just real fun.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. 24 playables.
Alright. Cut a card. Cut a dowser blade?
Actually, probably this.
Yeah. Yeah,
For
probably.
Lava Giant.
Yeah, in 3 colors you probably cut them all. It's like Lot of the Giant can be good, but Lot of the Giant, if you don't get those triggers,
Exactly.
then it's a 7 mana 6/5, which is not great. Whereas, like, I felt pretty okay with the what the hell is the crawl whatever
Yeah.
crawl foragers, because it's just like 5 mana 4/4 is not the end of the world. And so when it's worst case scenarios of 5 mana 4/4 with just random upside,
Right.
gaining me some life sometimes, it's like I'm pretty okay with that.
But I don't see myself getting to 7 mana very often. And
Yeah. That's real.
especially I don't really know that I get that much value out of its ability, and then it's just a 6 power thing. Which is nothing to sneeze at, but
No, like it's a fine topping, but if you've got anything else, it's probably better.
I think still play Engineers probably just to get it do better and actually get played.
And you're running red, white, black now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you aren't running blue. But I think you still have Veritas.
I was
Also, you have Sky Knight Legionnaire, which
Yeah.
is that card is real good.
I was running
It's a first pick common.
I picked something else over it in a draft the other day, and I was like, I'm sure I'll see another one. Didn't see another one.
In the draft that I went 7-1, I saw.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's what one.
I only got 3 of them
Oh,
though. Yeah, only got 3 Sky Knight Legionnaires.
okay. That's, I mean.
What are you even gonna do with 3 Sky Knight Legionnaires in a draft? Other than win immediately.
I need more lights.
Because I think 2 different games, it was like, oh man, opponent has me dead next turn. Oh wait, I topped up Sky Knight Legionnaire, win. It's like, sometimes you spend 5 mana to lightning bolt your opponent by Sky Knight Legionnaire, pump your Goblin Banneret and swing. And, you know, sometimes that gets you there.
Yeah.
Because a 5 mana lightning bolt is totally worth it when your opponent's at 3.
BT dubs. In case you ever want to not have to do math and want to get a good mana, and a good right amount of lands. Played the game.co.uk/mtg has a really handy mana count where you just put in the number of symbols you have across each color and how many lands, or how many total lands you want to have in the deck, and it'll tell you how many of each you should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is something I used to calculate manually at drafts, and ever since discovering this, it's been quite the life changer. I kind of wish it was an app instead of a website, because that's a little bit clunky,
Yeah.
but
it's pretty sweet. Sometimes it's a hard time dealing with splashes.
right.
Because when you're splashing, you usually want to pump it up a little bit more than you think you should.
Yeah, like it's telling me 9 mountains, 4 swamps, and 5 plains.
I think that's pretty fine, actually. I think that's
Um,
based on what I'm seeing. I think that might be good. The one thing is, that's going to make your Whisper Agent real hard to cast.
Right, which is why I was gonna go ahead and just do 5 and 5, 8, 5 and 5, because I've also got this locket, so I think it'll kind of come out in the wash.
Yeah. So like, I'm running 4 block sources, but the only double black I have is a Zoni, who costs 6.
I'm also not really relying on the Whisper Agent. It's just kind of there to fill a spot.
I guess arguably I'm running 5 black sources because I have the lantern.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, did I miss two? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. Wait. 9 plus 4 plus 5 is 18.
Yeah.
Well, I'll drop.
Huh, weird. You said you're going 8, 5, and 5?
That's what I said, but that's 18.
Yeah. So maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe drop a swamp.
Yeah, because I'm not relying on that Whisper Agent.
Yeah. And you want, like, when you're given the choice between Whisper Agent and Sky Knight Legionnaire, you want Sky Knight Legionnaire to split them. I'm just foreseeing getting obliterated by Sky Knight Legionnaire.
Carter, it's just a 2/2 flying haste for 3
It's so good. It's so much value.
that I can potentially do things to.
Yeah, you can do for it.
Anyway, let's see what this pilot represents.
Like, you don't have a million mentor cards, but you have enough. And especially because you have the maximized velocities,
Yeah.
those are real nice with mentor.
Yeah.
Because just getting that extra point on your mentor creatures.
Yeah. That's another thing I really like about this set is small increases make a big difference,
Yeah.
which is something I really like in games in general. Games that deal with small numbers.
Yeah, and this set is much more small numbers. Like, 1-drops are usually not good. In this set, 1-drops are actually real sweet.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the 1-drops are pretty good, but in addition to that, just the way the set is constructed, 1-drops just have more value than normal.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Well, and I mean, you have that tacked on jumpstart or surveil, or typically you have something extra to go along with an ability that's typically just kind of does one thing.
Yeah,
but
like
there's a
+1/+1
little bit of
and
utility.
gains flying on sorcery.
I'm just used to using jump effects defensively, I guess.
Yeah. But, I mean, often in draft, they're actually better offensively anyway.
No, that's true. I mean, flyers win drafts.
Yep. And putting your opponent to 0. That's your goal. It's like sometimes it's easy to play a little too defensively in Magic and be like, my goal is to keep my life total high, but it's not. Your goal is to put your opponent to 0.
There's a reason it's in the bread acronym.
Yep.
The only thing above evasion is removal and bombs.
Yep.
And
It's
then
like-
what's the A in bread?
I don't remember.
Is it?
I can never remember bread.
It's bomb removal, evasion, something, and dead, or something to that effect.
Yeah. Average maybe?
Anyway, that's enough shuffling. Let's play these cards smashed against each other.
It's like, I'm at the point in the draft where I'm just trying to...
Let's roll for a new.
Oh, I was just going to the first. That works.
So you can go.
Oh,
first.
he's...
I don't care that much. Cool. These are cards.
Oh, this is so greedy again.
Did you just build a greedy deck?
Apparently. Apparently I'm not going to learn my lesson either.
Wait, which lesson are you not learning? Because if it's the keep one land hand lesson, you should definitely learn from that one.
No, this one has 2 lands.
It's your
I'm
choice.
keeping it.
Alright. I'll keep my hand.
I'm not a smart man. You suck. I really like turn 1 healer talk, okay?
I'm good. Play now. Hit pass. I mean, I do too, but that's in my mono white
Swing one.
life gain with the cat war chief.
I mean, it does so much work in draft, though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see any of them come through, so.
Oh, and I guess I got both of them.
I definitely did get it.
And then I will guild gate and pass.
Our thing is having trouble. 1 second.
No!
For some reason this happens, and then it's annoying because I have to restart it, but then that port is already used up, so I have to switch ports that it uses. It's a whole thing. I still haven't found a better solution for this life game thing.
Yeah.
At one point I got some help to develop like a mini app that ran using what do you call it? Java Hub,
Mm-hmm.
Node, JNode.
Node.js?
Yeah. Why is it just not working? And that kind of worked like for one counter, but then I had trouble duplicating it for a second one. So I haven't played like the basically the only difference between this and what I was trying to make was that it was like a little so
Yeah, that would be nice. Alright, your turn. Wait,
and it's such a niche thing that nobody else is going to have developed it.
Yeah.
Like obviously Living Ready Run has something that they use, but I think that was something that all developed themselves.
Yeah.
And I haven't tried asking him.
Alright.
Boris Challenger.
Yep.
He challenges you.
Oh, I don't want to be challenged.
Take this.
Huh? That's the opposite of the thing I wanted.
You got it.
He's fucking 2/3 too. Alright. Your turn.
I mean, his ability costs 4 to activate. There's no way of that. Let's get rid of it happening.
I mean, 1, even without that ability, he's still good. 2, with that ability, he's so dope.
I'll swing it for 2.
Yeah, I'll do it. No, I'm back to 20. But, yeah. Come on, man. What do I get for not learning my lesson?
Yeah, you even
Pass turn.
while having the option to draw a new hand, were telling yourself it was a bad idea.
Yes. Yes. But this one I only needed 1 land to make it decent.
I fell in.
Oh no! No, not part of your control. Okay. Alright. Planes. So let's lock it.
Cool.
If I had that 2 turns ago, it would have been alright. Pass.
Alright. Mountain. Rubble Belt Boar.
On Boris Challenger?
Target the Boris Challenger.
Yep.
Maximum velocity to boar.
I see. Alright. So with everything?
Yeah, I just have to remember to do this. No, I can't get 2 mental triggers.
No. The Boris Challenger will trigger and its only option is the Park of Control.
No.
4/4? 4/3.
Oh yeah, I did. I bumped up that one as well. So yeah, I'll mentor trigger there, and we'll help you.
Yeah, I mean, that sure is 11. Yeah, walk away, game 1.
Okay.
From the top 4 cards of your library, reveal a creature or enchantment card from among them. Reveal affectionate Indrik. Fine. Goes into my hand. The rest go on the bottom of my library in a random order.
Alright.
Pass turn.
Planes.
My only creatures are 2/1 and all of your creatures have 3 or more toughness.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's a way I can make something survive the injury.
I will point out, Indrik costs 6.
Yes.
So I'd have to draw land.
You
We
have
only-
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was missing. I was thinking you have 5 lands for some reason. I don't know. But that's not that far out of the possibility.
True.
I will attack with all of these creatures.
Just those 2? Oh no, that as well. So yeah,
mentor trigger here.
Let's see, that's 6, 9. Block the board, take 6. Indrik.
Okay.
Turn it for healing control? Yep. Pass.
Turn. Just a strike.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so maybe I should have done that from these colors from the beginning, but I felt like I was getting fed so much blue, but
Yep.
I think I definitely did get enough of the good Boros cards.
I'll actually try to play good.
Okay.
Let's have a real game of that.
All these other ones were fake. They were just imitators.
It's kind of true. I've been keeping complete truthful hands. Maybe says something that I haven't drawn a real hand, but hey.
Hey, you've got Healer Hawk. Just
I-
about every game.
Yeah, I love that turn on Healer Hawk way too much.
Yes. I mean, it probably did win you the first game.
I mean, Finality won me the first game.
Yes.
Like, the Healer's Hawk helped out, let me close out the game faster after Finality hit the ground.
Yeah.
But, like, Finality is the card that won me that first game.
And most of these games probably would have been won by Finality,
Yeah.
in all honesty. 4,
It's a good card.
4 toughness is hard to break
Yep.
in this And then you've got Color of the Culprit as soon as you do. So,
Yep.
which we didn't see here.
No, it didn't. And I typically don't pick that highly. Because...
Right, like the first couple times I saw it, I was like, ooh, this is great. And then I realized how few targets it hits.
Okay, no, but this is actually a real hand, though.
Wow. Okay. This is a...
It is a 4-land hand, which is not great.
Yeah.
But it's a real hand.
I'm going to see if I can run this. Probably not a great idea, but...
I'm actually, I'm happy with this hand.
Alright.
If I draw a bunch of lands, I will be suddenly very unhappy with this hand. But at least at the moment, I'm quite happy with it.
Alright. Let's see it.
Plain Seal of Talk. It's your turn.
You know what? Swamp Pilfering Imp.
Son of a bitch.
Yes. That was the card I had to read in the middle of the draft.
I see.
Because I hadn't actually played it.
Swing with Healer's Hawk.
Oh, I can't do this source. So I can't ever block in.
Correct.
Stack it.
Yeah. For pretty much that exact reason.
Yeah. I hadn't actually considered this.
You really should have.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. that should have come up somewhere in your thought process.
I think I let it through.
Okay. I think that's probably smart. Forced. Skyline Scout.
When you attacks, you can pay if you do gain flying. Okay. Can I go?
Yep.
Cool. Mountain. And let's just go ahead and crack this and see what you got.
It's more dependence.
Ah. Alright.
I was going to play it next turn. And now I have no action.
Yep.
Done?
No, actually that was probably good to get rid of this because I'm
Yeah.
not sure if I have a real answer for it for a couple turns.
And if you had let me have that, I would have had 4 creatures on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And you know I have at least 2 combo creatures in here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And letting me get that much value early is probably not a good idea. Swamp.
Yep.
Swing 3. Skyline Scout trigger. Hey, give it flying.
Cool.
3 in the air.
I take 3 in the air. That's 3 air damage. What do we do next?
You know, hanging out, getting a coffee.
Hanging out down the street.
Ooh, rough. Alright.
Some stalwart.
Done?
Yeah. I like that we're playing Khan's wedges now.
Yeah. Swing 3. Get
Okay.
Skyline Scout flying.
I take 3.
I'm not gonna fall for first strike. Pass turn.
I mean, I wouldn't expect you to.
No, because I play that card. I like that card.
Swamp?
It's like I have a bad habit of forgetting things like first strike and death touch, but not on cards I play.
Swing 2.
Take 2.
And then I'll drop a Spinal Centipede.
Ooh, gross. Done?
Yep.
Once when it dies, right?
Yes. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature I control.
Lance. Swing 3.
Yeah.
Skyline's got flying.
I take 3 again. Takes me to 10. Get some sort of flyer in here. Do this.
You don't need it.
Oh. Wow. Actually, I don't need it.
I'm pretty sure I'm correct too. I don't actually think you need it. I
Um,
haven't played a spell in a while.
I think it's swing for 5.
Deluxe. haven't been able to get that mythical trigger off.
Yeah. Good.
Cool. Swing 3. Don't pay. Forge pass.
They're healing control.
Yep.
One, but here we are. Swing for the.
Join shields. Untap creatures I control. They gain expert and indestructible until end of turn. Okay. Block like this. Kill the stalwart. Gain 1 of this mouse speed. Secure this rep.
Yep. Get you some lands.
I'm just gonna pull both of my gates. Pull our guild gate. And Soliciting guild gate.
Yep.
Because there's no reason not to do that.
Yeah, that's just a good ramp card.
Well, I can't swing. Pass turn. You get a smile centipede. The control, I think you really don't want that. So yeah. Hot blocks the centipede. Okay. Take 2. Game 1. Done.
You drop this. Lay a tracker down.
Ugh, gross. I'm on board. His turn. Yep. Like it just didn't.
get away with it.
More one, sorry. Sweet. Fuzzy bee. Okay. Pass.
You can sack a creature to gain a life and draw a card.
Yes, but I can't right now. That's what I mean by I didn't count.
Ah.
I should have gotten the Kraken in the swamp.
Yeah.
Is it me? Alright. Combat. Yep.
I will swing
Everything.
mental trigger.
Yep. Well, at least I'm blocking that way. I think it's worth it to make this block.
Alright.
So, I take 3 and then trade, and that gets countered. Okay. Good. Well, this play is weird, but Healer's Hawk? Severed Strands?
Yep.
Sacrifice Healer's Hawk, kill the healer control, gain a life from Severed Strands.
Okay. Pass. That wasn't a weird play.
I mean, I did kind of two-for on myself, but
It was worth it to get rid of a
yeah.
4/5 flying vigilance
Yeah.
that was only going to
Flying
make my
vigilance,
other creatures
Mentor,
bigger.
yeah. Like when you get 4 power and have Mentor,
Scary.
scary.
Go ahead.
Huh? Sure. Partisan bets. Take too much mana for the partisan bets. Pass.
Just a straight hit.
It deals 3 damage to itself. And dies very horribly.
Ooh, it drew planes.
Yep.
Sacrifice the bucket. Drop on. I have poison.
Sure.
Go ahead.
It's a creature. Pass.
Swing one.
Good one.
House of Lights.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Celestian lock it.
Mm-hmm.
Pass. This isn't.
Oh, yes.
It is now a 1 costing 1/1 that exerts itself to attack. That would be
Smart Minotaur.
Yep.
Maximum velocity.
One of my creatures can't block this turn.
And
Alright.
swing for
8.
Yeah, 1 plus 5, 6 plus 2 is 8. Yeah. Or well, that wasn't the right order, but 8. Yeah, that.
Alright. End of your turn. Draw 2 cards.
Yeah. player?
Yep. Watford.
Come on, punch. Oh yeah.
Oh, damn it. Card off the top is foragers. That would have done something actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, that would give me 5 life.
I like this.
Yeah, that's actually pretty sweet.
This one was a lot more fun, I think. If it was on the bottom.
Nice.
Sky Knight Legionnaire.
It's definitely spicy. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, it's about 9:30.
Yeah, these are going pretty quick. Let's do one last one, wrap it up.
Sure. Sounds good.
I want to try to draw finality another time so I can
Overall, though, I really did like how this turned out with the Winston.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Winston's great.
it's been so long since I'd done one. I kind of forgot how it kind of plays out. But
I've only done it like 3 times, but I really enjoy it.
and I think this set works really well with it.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is said it's just a great draft environment.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sad I haven't really gotten to do a real draft yet because I've just been busy on the weekends. And that's the only time my drafts seem to fire a big hit anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, that's true. Most LGS is.
yeah. But, I mean, Arena has just been really fun. I've gotten to do 2 drafts in the field on there. And I think I've got enough for another draft. Just about.
Yeah, I've only had like. I have less than 2,000 gold right now, so yeah, I'm not anywhere near another draft.
Yeah, I think I'm at like 4,500.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
yeah, you can do your dailies and draft out that.
And then if I win, actually I think I'm about 100 gems short of the draft. So if I were to
Oh, nice.
do that,
I have enough gems to draft, but I'm thinking about saving up my gems to do a sealed. But
Yeah.
it's so expensive.
yeah, I've been thinking about that too, but I don't even know. I feel like draft is more fun than sealed.
I
in
mean,
general.
I generally like draft more than sealed, but
Does have you done a competitive draft?
no.
Okay, I'm wondering if it's also drafting against AI or if it's real time drafting.
I don't know. I know that it's best of 3s instead of best of 1s.
Yeah, that's about all I know. But and the rewards are better, so I guess that's why it's more
Yeah.
expensive. But I'm guessing that it is just against a bot because they don't. I guess they don't have the network stuff in place to be able to draft in real time.
Also, real-time drafting is kind of a pain.
Yeah,
And just because you have to wait for 8 people to fill the pod.
yeah,
It's like there's a reason why on MTGO there's so many times that people were like, waiting for the draft to fire,
yeah.
waiting for the draft to fire, someone drop a fire.
Well, yeah, but I'm actually curious what the numbers already are compared MTGO to Arena. How many people are playing?
I don't know. I would
Right.
imagine more
Right.
people are on Arena than are on MTGO at this point,
That's kind of what I get the impression of.
just because Arena is free and MTGO is not.
Right, even though it's like a $10 barrier to start.
But I mean, that's
there's,
still
there's also the
$10.
tutorial, which
Yeah.
oh my god, I tried to play MTGO once and couldn't figure out how to play.
Jeez.
And the economy, I don't understand the economy of
I want to keep
very
this
well.
because it's got a Conclave Cavalier, but I don't think I can.
I can't keep this
Alright, going to 6.
as much as I like to.
It's like I had 2 lands, a 4-drop, a lantern, and a siege worm. And it's just like,
I had 2 swamps and a mountain, and I don't even know what else, but I didn't have anything I could play with those until turn 5,
rough.
which was the 4/5 vanilla. God, I forgot what it's called. 4/5 black.
Oh, Dazzler Blights?
Yeah, like that's That was my play. Was wait for 5 turns
And
until
then
I could play
Dowser of Lights. It's just like Dowser of Lights is a decent dork,
Right.
but it's not worth waiting 5 turns for.
It was good. It was a good thing to pull on that last game
Oh yeah, yeah,
when I needed a bod.
yeah. And it's a good bod. 4/5 is real good in this set.
Yeah. Anything above 4 toughness seems very powerful. And there's a lot of things that
Unkeepable 6.
I haven't looked at this in,
Unkeepable
but
6. Snap 5.
I had counted wrong up to 7. So I think that's right now.
5 green, white spells on swamp is not keepable 6. So.
This is probably a bad idea, but I'll keep it.
Alright.
Now it's a better idea? Still not a great idea. I should probably put this on the bottom, actually.
You want to put it on the bottom?
Nope.
Alright.
I'm gonna play a
You
bad
want to play
hand.
my style?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Worked
I
out
have
so
more
well for
than
me.
I have more than 2 lands, so it's not entirely your style.
Oh no, a couple of those games I kept 4 and 5 landings.
But I don't have any plays for a while.
Ugh, this is not a good 5. I'm sure this is keepable 5, but I'm not going to 4.
Well, maybe you're
Top,
Okay.
snap top.
all right.
4's nothing pass.
Nothing pass.
Plains scout pass.
See, you got something.
That's why it was snap top.
Plays pass.
It was, like, oh, I get to play a card. All right, easy top. Forced. Swing 2.
Just a strike.
Pass. You got me. Poor Skyline Scout. Jeez.
Not Lord Minotaur.
Just an angel came out of nowhere and said, "Punch yourself." Okay.
Go ahead.
Swamp. Small wood shaper.
I mean, well, actually, that's fine.
That's a 2/1. Creature enchantment. All right. Crawl foragers.
Cool. It is a 4/4 for 5.
Yep.
That gains you life, potentially.
Not potentially. Gains me at least 1 life.
I could exile that before you get to play it.
How?
Is it my
turn?
Maybe you'll find out.
Maybe I will.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I mean, this time. Like, pretty much right now.
I swear.
I take 2. And land. It's a land. Wait. Swing 2. Crawl forward.
Cool.
You get 1.
Shit,
I might be.
it's hard to say right now.
How many cards do you have in here?
5.
Yeah, that's really hard to say. Pass.
Distracted.
Yeah, I'll take 4.
Cool. It's kind of the new Browbeat without multiplayer potential. Or is it Browbeat, or what's the card I'm thinking of?
Oh, I mean,
Or like
it is like Browbeat, but like I guess because you pick the player.
yeah.
But-
It's not as good as Browbeat.
I mean, I don't know, because it's 1 less damage, but you pick the player.
Sky Knight Legion.
Yeah, you got it. But picking the player makes it better.
You
Because
think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, because you don't have.
Because
that-
otherwise, your opponents get to pick which one of them takes damage.
Hmm.
And then this way, you just pick the one person who's not going to take the damage.
Right. And that, I guess that's what I was saying, is it's the same thing without the multiplayer aspect, but maybe that does make it better. But in a 1v1 format, it's the same with just one less damage. But it does have jumpstart.
Yeah.
And it,
Important.
you can just take 4, right?
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Strictly this route? To Selesnya Guildgate. And no, I think we do want the Golgari Guildgate. I think we want that. So I don't think I have anything that needs triple. Yeah, I don't have anything. Triple. That's right. Four? Yeah. Blocks? Yeah, you got it. Okay. See ya. Oh, the torch curry wasn't maximized velocity. Because then you could have Sun Home Stalwart, maximize velocity, and then trigger onto the. Maximize velocity? um. Yeah, okay. Alright. Wait. Wait. Green. I'll click that one. It's a 4/4 vigilance that dies into a 4/4 into two vigilances. It's so good. So okay. Pass. Okay. Don't play anything. That's the correct play.
That is an option.
Just don't play any spells. Just like for the rest of the game.
Actually,
Spells are bad.
I think I like this line.
Spells are what witches use, Chris?
I'll play the Spinal Centipede.
Okay.
I'll sack this to give it haste.
You got it.
And then I'll swing with this 2.
With just those two?
Yeah.
Alright. I see your line. But I think I'm gonna give it to you.
Alright.
Block. Take
Centipede.
two.
Centipede dies, give me 1/1 to the.
Done?
Yes.
Swing 8?
Yeah. I think. Is this what I do?
But whenever you get there, it's your turn.
Thanks. Really need you right now. You're at 7.
Correct. You are presenting.
Well, yeah, if there's no bonus.
Correct. I mean, if you can get me below 3, then I'm on a 1-turn clock with the Legion. Or below 4 if you're going to pump the stalwart.
Oh no, I got it.
Okay, do it.
Swing 3 in the air. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, swing 3 in the air.
Swing 3 in the air and nothing else?
Yeah.
What do you have? No effects.
I don't really have it this turn.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Done?
yeah, go ahead.
Crack the lock. Swing 8.
I'll block it.
Okay. They die?
Yes.
Severed Strings, sacrificing Conclave Cavalier, kill Sky Knight Legionnaire, I gain 4. Okay. And I get 2 2/2s. Do you have the token?
Yeah, alright, that's done. Alright, I left them out.
Magnetic? Swarm Containers?
Oh, you went really wide. draw 3 cards.
I think no. I don't think you can go any for 4. Would you discard the risk factor?
Oh, sorry. I discarded.
And risk
Yeah,
factor.
risk factor.
Yeah. I'm at 4.
No. I think you got me. I wasn't counting on all of my guys being on.
Yeah. The severed strands on the
Honestly,
Cavalier.
I should on the I didn't realize you were gaining life at some point. I would have done the risk factor in response.
Severed strands.
Oh, that gains you life?
Yes. That's why I said
Oh.
gain 4 life.
I just thought it was a bone splinters effect.
No.
Yeah, I would have done the risk factor in response to that.
You gain life equal to the,
I
the
see it.
toughness.
If I had
why-
realized it at the time, I would have done the risk factor then. But
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's why I did it to the Cavalier instead of the Woodshaper.
Well, also to get the token. I thought you just did there to get the tokens.
No, because honestly, just having the 4/4 is about as good as having the both 2/2s in this case.
I think having the 2/2s is better. Honestly.
But when I don't know. And after I killed your entire board, I don't think it is.
Well, one creature is multiple. So I kill your 4/4, but that's about all I can do. Either that or I can play this 3/3. And
Right, but like if I had the 4/4 and you bolted it, then I would just still have the 2/2s.
Yeah. Well, drawing 3 wouldn't have mattered.
Yep. Cool. Yep. I had drawn shields.
Cool. I think that's about it for tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Those were some
Hooray,
good games,
I got to win without finality.
Yeah, I don't know if I had let one of those through and kept one of my guys. I still think I wouldn't have had the board to knock you off.
No, because I could have just
And that
blocked with whatever I had.
gaining that 4 life did make a big difference.
Yep.
Because even though I got 4 damage back on you with the risk factor.
Right, but it let me take that 4.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I mean, we know that draw wouldn't make
Yeah,
sense,
but I
you
mean
can't
that's
know that in the moment.
results
Yeah.
oriented. Like
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
I made the right call.
No, I think I'm just questioning whether or not I made the right call on those blocks.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, I don't think.
You had to block 1.
Yeah.
But I think your better option might have been to just double block the Cavalier.
And then oh yeah, that would have been better for me, honestly. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, because I could only kill one of your dudes.
Yeah. I hadn't considered that angle.
And
So
then
yeah,
you
that
would
would
take
have
4,
that would have
go
been
to
definitely
2.
better for me. So you would have been down a guy.
Yep.
And then,
Well, I would have gotten the 2 2/2s.
Yeah.
And then I would have had to Severed Strands the Foragers.
Right.
But because I
then-
still need to gain the 4 life.
But then we would have been at you have your 2 token, your 4 tokens, and your 2/1, and I would have had a creature.
Yeah.
Instead of me having nothing and you having a 4/4 in addition to
Yeah.
all of that. Yeah. But even still, you could have swung all and probably gotten enough through to kill me because I could have only blocked.
Because you would have been at 2. Yep.
Yeah, because I would have only been at 2. So yeah, I think you had me either way. Anyway. Oh, I think we're pretty much done.
Good
So,
night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in or watching on the YouTubes or the VOD if you're there. Think we're not doing anything this weekend that I'm aware of. We will be playing Dread next Saturday. not this week Saturday, but the next Saturday, the Saturday before Halloween. I don't know much about it. It's some sort of tabletop RPG, D&D-esque, but somehow involves a Jenga tower. I don't know exactly how all that works, but you should definitely tune in for that. That's Saturday, October 26th? I think is the date. The 27th. Saturday, October 27th. Next Saturday. Next week, Monday, I believe we might be doing Curse of Strahd, minus James, which which might be a thing. We'll see. Either that or we'll do some sort of one shot. So tune in for that. I think that about does it for tonight. We appreciate your once again these packs that we got tonight were purchased entirely with funds from you. So it's because of your cheers and your bits and your subs that we're able to do stuff like this, and we really appreciate that. So thank you all for supporting us, and we'll see you next time.